everyone, I'm Maureen and I would love to welcome you to another talk with MJ's Law. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so now, and as you do so, may God bless you richly. For all those who have already subscribed, thank you so much. Thank you for all the wonderful comments. I've been reading them. Thank you so much. So guys, today I want us to talk about God's waiting room. And in today's topic, we're going to have 4 outlines. The first will be, what does it mean to wait, and what is God's waiting room? Our second outline will be, why should we wait? Our third outline will be, what to do while waiting. And our last outline for today will be the prayers to pray while waiting, or what to pray for while waiting. So guys, without any delay, let's jump right into it. So what does it mean to wait? To wait simply means an act of staying or remaining in a place with an expectation. It's just like going to someone's house and the person says, oh, can you just hold on a while, and I'm busy. But you're there, you're waiting with an expectation that the person will eventually come out and see to you. So that's what it means to wait. Now, what is God's waiting room? God's waiting room is a place or position of transition where you sit still or occupy yourself until God attends to your needs, until God attends to your wants. It is a place where God delays your expectation for a moment, and He tells you to slow down and listen to His commands or to His words. It's a place wherein he breaks you gracefully. He works on you so that at the end of the day you will come out looking beautiful and sanctified, with your desires or your needs met already. Why should you and I wait on God? Look, there are so many reasons why you shouldn't wait on God. So many reasons. There are so many alternatives that you can look for so that you don't have to wait for your expectations to be met by God. But let me just put this out there. Going or searching for another alternative will bring you nothing but sorrow. So wait on God. And why you should wait on God is very, very simple. It's because God is the Father of light, and He's the giver of all good gifts. James chapter 1 verse 17 says, in God there is no variableness or shadow of turning. He's the only one that can give you good gifts. If you walk and go to Satan, he will bring you nothing but sorrow. The Bible says that the blessings of God make it rich and addeth no sorrow. So that's why you should wait on God, because it's only God that can give you a good gift. Only God that can give you a good gift. And waiting becomes really difficult. It becomes really difficult, especially when you're very close to your destination. It becomes very difficult. The enemy can dangle bait in front of you. Like if you're searching for financial breakthrough, the enemy can give you an opportunity to steal from your company that you're working with, but at the end of the day, to bring you nothing but sorrow and disgrace. Now, it is good to know the difference between waiting and satanic delay, and that is why you have to pray to ask God to help you differentiate between the two. Yes. There's something called satanic delay, and there's something called waiting. We'll not go into all of that for this episode. Yeah. Now that brings us to our third outline: what to do while waiting. The first thing you can do while waiting is thanksgiving and intercession. So the Bible says, in everything give thanks to God and pray without ceasing. So in this particular position, while you're waiting, do not complain. Try not to murmur against God. We all know, or at least most of us know, what happened to the Israelites while they were in the wilderness. Most of them complained that God took them out of the land of bondage to bring them into the wilderness to kill them. And as they complained, a journey that could have lasted for 40 days went on for 40 years. So the more you complain, the difficult it becomes for you to reach your destination. So stop complaining. Instead, thank God, because the more you thank God, the faster He will come to your aid. The next thing you have to do is to trust God's timing. Trust His timing, that no matter how long it takes, God is definitely going to step into your situation. Forget about what people, the timeline, forget about that timeline that people have already given to you, and walk according to God's own timeline for you. Trust His timing, trust it completely. The third thing that you have to do while waiting is to work on yourself, improve yourself, try to discover your potentials, try to discover your purpose here on earth. And as you do so, God will help you. And that brings us to our last outline for today: what to pray for while you wait, or what to pray for while we wait. The first thing to pray for is for you to hear and recognize God's voice. Look, while waiting, there are so many thoughts that will pop up into your mind. There are so many negative thoughts that will come in. Oh, God doesn't love you, God doesn't care about you. But during those times, it is important to hear from God. Waiting can become very tedious if you do not hear God's voice. And so the first thing to pray for while you wait is for you to hear God's voice and His will concerning the situation. Is for you to hear what He has to say to you every step of the way. The next thing you have to do is to pray for strength. In Isaiah 40:31, God says, He said, those that wait upon Him, He shall renew their strength. So ask Him, God, I am waiting upon you. Please give me strength. Because it's not going to be easy sitting in that sitting room, like sitting there with nothing to hold on to. So pray for strength. Pray that God will strengthen you with His right hand of righteousness. That's the second thing that you should pray for: strength. Now, the third thing to pray for is patience. You're going to need a whole lot of patience, because while you're waiting, God is going to bless people with the same thing that you have been asking for, maybe for years. And those people might not be even praying. Those people might not be even looking out for those things. But God will bless them with those things in order to see your reaction. So do not fret when God blesses other people. Do not think that God is cheating on you because he chose to bless your friend. If God blesses your friend with something that you have been praying for, you should rejoice, because it means that God is already in your circle and He will soon attend to your needs. So pray for patience. Pray for patience. As I said earlier, as you reach to your destination, the enemy can dangle bait in front of you. And we all know what happens when the enemy dangles bait in front of you and you swallow it. It's just like a fisherman dangling a bait before a fish, and when the fish swallows it, it pulls the fish from its source, which is the water. So if you swallow the bait, the enemy is going to take you away from your source, which is God, and you will lose your connection with God. You will lose your relationship with God. You will end up with sorrow, with shame and disgrace, and a whole lot of regret. So pray for patience, that while God is blessing other people, you will be content. Pray for contentment. Pray for patience and contentment. Yeah. And the next thing you should pray for is peace of mind. Pray for peace of mind, that God, give me peace, so that you will not be troubled, you will not be worried. Because no matter how you worry, that's not going to change the situation. It's not going to change the situation. It's not going to change the fact that you will still wait until it's God comes to your to your aid. That won't change the fact that you will have to wait for God's timing. So pray for peace of mind, that even when things are not going your way, even when God is blessing everyone else except you, according to your own definition, because I don't know what to say. Even when God is blessing everyone else except you, you are at peace. Even when things are not going your way, even when you are in debt, even when you are sick and praying for good health, even when you are praying for that promotion, you are praying for that spouse, for that child, that you'll be at peace, knowing that at the end of the day, God will definitely come to your aid. Last thing that you should pray for is that God should help you discover your purpose here on earth. The Bible says in Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5, it said, even before you were formed in your mother's womb, that God knew you and he had ordained you to be his own. So if God knows you even before your parents were born, even before your parents planned on conceiving you, the day your parents conceived you, they didn't know whether it was going to turn out to be a boy or a girl. But then here you are not an accident. So ask God to help you discover your purpose. You know, the late Dr. Miles Monroe, he said, the graveyard is the richest place on earth. And that is absolutely true. In the graveyard, there are books that have not been written, there are songs that have not been sung, there are poems that have not been written, there are sermons that have not been preached, just because those people did not realize their full potential or their purpose here on earth. Their wasted lives right there in the graveyard. So choose not to be wasted. Choose to fulfill your full potential on earth. Choose to die empty. So at that point of waiting, at that moment of waiting, ask God to help you to fulfill your potentials here on earth. God to help you fulfill your purpose here on earth. The purpose for which you are at that particular point, at that particular time. Ask him. And guys, as I conclude, I just want to bring Isaiah 49 verse 15 to you, that God says to you that even though a breastfeeding mother can forget her child and will not have compassion upon the child of her womb, yet God will not forget you, because he has engraven your name upon the palms of his hands, so he cannot forget you. So even though the waiting process might be long, even though it might be tedious, just wait on him, because eventually he's going to show up for you. And when he shows up for you, it will be double laughter. Trust me, when God shows up for you, he will surpass your expectation. Maybe what you have been praying for, what he will give you will be like twice or maybe even 100 folds of what you have been asking for. Yeah. So guys, this is where I will stop for today. Please, if this video has been a blessing to you, share with others and leave your comments, and please don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, see you all in my next video. Thank you all and love you with the love of Christ.